Back with another review for the Stallone Marathon, and today we're going to talk about Death Race 2000. And right off the bat, I had fun with this movie, and maybe it's because, The Lords of Flatbush I felt was just meh, okay, but for me, not rewatchable. And, getting into this film here, I've heard about this film. I do enjoy the remake with Jason Statham, and I do have that in my collection somewhere. So I have heard about this film, but I didn't know what to expect going in. And within the first 5 minutes, I was having fun, and it just doesn't stop. The word that comes to mind when describing this film is bonkers. This movie is bonkers, but it's fun. I mean, it's very has an energy to it that is fun to watch. But the plot here, so it's in the near future. The ultimate sporting event is the Death Race, or the Transcontinental Road Race. The contestants, they score points by running people down and killing them as they speed across the country. And that's the plot in a nutshell. For the cast, you got David Carradine in the film as our lead driver, Frankenstein. And I like David Carradine, but, when I look at the character of Frankenstein, the look of the character doesn't, for me, scream protagonist. I mean, the suit that he wears is very Gimp-like. It's not exactly a Gimp suit, but it's very Gimp-esque. And there's, with this character, he has a bit of a history where, he's been into some accidents and he's had some limbs replaced and stuff. And the way they bring the character in on a gurney, I don't know. I mean, David Carradine's good, but the look of the character to me screams like a villain type. Stallone in the film, he's a Machine Gun Joe. And Stallone's having fun here. You could tell that he's having fun with this role. I mean, he's kind of a villain here, but like a hoodlum character. And he has some fun lines of dialogue and some fun moments. If one thing that I could say thinking about it, I would have switched around David Carradine and Stallone, like have Stallone play the Frankenstein character, but I don't know. Now that I picture Stallone in that suit, I don't know if I would have done that. But maybe I would have had Stallone play the good guy, David Carradine play the bad guy, but that's kind of like an idea. You also have in the film, Simone Griffith, who is the navigator, because every contestant in the film has like a navigator. You also have another contestant in the film, Calamity Jane, played by Mary Warrenoff. And she was beautiful to look at. I mean, I don't know what else she's been in, but Mary Warrenoff, she's very beautiful. You also have Martin Kove in the film. Yeah, Kreese from The Karate Kid. He plays Nero the Hero. And you also have, and I wrote this guy's name down, the guy, the announcer in the film, played by Don Steele. Yeah, he was fun. The cast is good. I mean, like I said, the only thing is, with David Carradine's character, for me, the way he looks, the way that the suit is, and the design of the suit, I don't know, for me, it doesn't really say, protagonist, but, David Carradine's fine. And, rest in peace to David Carradine. But, so I like the cast. Everybody does a good job, and, the characters are vibrant. I mean, there's a lot of energy with these characters. The film here is a Roger Corman production, and it was directed by Paul Bartel. Paul Bartel, he directed the film Cannonball, which I've never seen. He would also go on to direct a couple of episodes of Amazing Stories back in the day, and the Clueless TV show, but he didn't really go on to do too much. But then I thought that, he brought some fun direction here with the film. What I enjoyed about the film, the future setting, it's fun. And it's still very 70s, but, I enjoy their take on the future, and again, has that very satire type of humor throughout. And the idea of these drivers that are going across country, to get to the finish line, and along the way, they would kill people in the road, whether it be fans or bystanders, and they would gain points based on their age groups. And I thought that was a wild idea. And when these people get hit in the road, they wouldn't hold back on the blood. I mean, this is R-rated. I'm not saying that it's a geyser of blood and guts, but, there's a good amount of blood there. Practical blood. When people get hit, for example, you would have construction workers that would get hit in the film. There's a scene where there's this picnic on the side of the road, and I think it was Martin Cove's character that sees his family like having a picnic, and he sees a baby, and he's like, oh, if I kill a baby, I can get more points. But it's like a baby decoy. It's like a bomb. And he runs over the baby, and it kills Martin Cove. And, I think it was Martin Cove that gets killed in the film. But, stuff like that. I mean, there's also a scene where a bunch of old people get wheeled out of the hospital in wheelchairs. Like, they're placed in the middle of the road. And I'm like, great, now we're about to see a bunch of old people get run over. But one of the drivers, they kill the nurses instead. And you see a bunch of nurses, like, go up in the air. So it has that very tongue-in-cheek, kind of humor throughout the film, with the idea, the concept. And I enjoyed that stuff. I mean, it was just so wild to me to, see these drivers, and every driver has a different personality, from David Carradine to Stallone, and, some of the other side characters, like, the navigators and stuff, and, even the looks of the cars, the design of the cars. Every car is different, and it's fun. And again, it's R-rated. I mean, even throughout the film, I mean, not throughout, but maybe here and there you would see some tits, so it is R-rated, like I said. And in some of the racing scenes, I mean, you would get like POV shots that I enjoyed, so you get some POV shots of the drivers. I forgot about this one scene where this one driver, I forgot the driver, but basically she got tricked, and her detour took her off a cliff. And yeah, I mean, it's just fun. I mean, that's the word I kept thinking about watching this film. It's just fun. Now, going back to the cast for a second, the more I think about it, for me, Stallone is kind of a standout here. I mean, David Carradine, he's good in the film, but I think that Stallone was given more fun stuff to do and more fun dialogue and funny moments. One scene that I remember was where they're, like, all the drivers are at the dinner table in this one scene, and they have this band over here playing instruments, and Stallone's like, cut it out, cut the music. And they keep playing the instruments, and then Stallone takes the violin, and he breaks the violin. That was a fun moment. And even during that dinner scene, like, Stallone has, like, mashed potatoes on his face, but I think it was, like, clam chowder. And, yeah, see, Stallone's having fun in this role as sort of like a gangster type of villain. But he's still fun to watch. But like I said, David Carradine's still good. I mean, the film is not long at all. It's about an hour and 20 minutes. And I don't want to get into the film too much. I mean, I do like this film quite a bit, and I do recommend this film. And again, it's over the top. But I think with this film here, it relishes in being over the top. But overall, Death Race 2000, it's a bonkers movie. It's fun, with vibrant characters, a fun premise, and brisk pace. And it's over the top, but it relishes in being over the top. And yeah, I think the more I get into Stallone's filmography here, this could be, for me, an underrated film. And out of 5 stars, I'm going to give this 3.5. So 3.5 out of 5 stars. But yeah, that's my review of Death Race 2000. Thank you for watching, and have a good day. Thank you to Direct to Screenwriter for being a patron and supporting the channel. And for anyone that would like to support the channel, I'll leave a couple of links down below in the description box to my PayPal and Patreon. PayPal for those that would like to request videos, and Patreon is for crediting if you want to be credited in videos. But that's it for now. Thank you for watching, and have a good day.